Hey, what is up everyone, Nick here, and I'm gonna be talking about the last episode of Arrow, The Secret Origin of Felicity Smoak, which is episode 5, I believe. And, yeah, sorry for not doing last week's review, for The Magician. Um, I was a little wrapped up, personally, and I was also going to a con that weekend down in LA here. And yeah, I got to hang out with the magician himself, John Barrowman. So that was pretty cool. I went to his panel and talked to him about Arrow and all that kind of stuff. Um, because I went to the convention as press for the Hyper Network, so I got some extra perks. But yeah, into this review. So this episode was I've been anticipating this one for a while, just because of the name alone. We got to see more about Felicity's origin, which is a character we don't really know a whole lot about. We don't know who her family is. We don't know what she did before she met Team Arrow. We don't really know anything about her other than that she is incredible with computers and that she's really awkward in person. So we got to see more of Felicity's backstory. We got some 5 year later flashbacks with her in college in her dorm with her old boyfriend, and she was looking pretty different than she does now. She's got this goth vibe going on. She actually looks like Death from the Sandman series by Neil Gaiman, which is funny because she has the exact same pendant that Death wore in that comic. So a lot of people are speculating that it was a nod to that series, which was pretty cool in my opinion. But yeah, we know that she had almost gotten in trouble for hacking and almost went to prison, but her boyfriend went to prison instead. And so that was pretty interesting. We got to see that, and then back in present day, now we're flashing forward, and her past is basically catching up with her. Essentially, the super virus that she created as a young adult has now been unleashed on the Starling City, and the group that did the hacking is called Brother Eye, which I found really interesting. I kind of like chuckled at this when it came on screen because Brother Eye is the villain in the current New 52 Future's End series, and I thought that was a pretty nice subtle nod to the comic, and one that I really didn't expect to see at all, to be honest, just because the series is really current. It's not like old or anything. But yeah, that was cool. So essentially what we have here is a hacker named Brother Eye, or a group, has essentially taken over Starling City and brought the city to its knees. So that's happening all the while we have the subplot of Laurel continuing. We're starting to get a little bit, she's a little going off the edge here. Her father notices it, um, Ted Grant notices it, the Wildcat, and she opens up to him because her father tells him that if you're not gonna talk to me about it, you're gonna have to talk to somebody. So Laurel basically tells him, and that allows him to say, well, alright, good. I'm glad that you told me. Now I can train you because now I know what's making you angry and we can focus that anger. So I thought that was good. We get more of that Black Canary setup, which is like pretty obvious that they're setting her up to be Black Canary. Um, and there's another subplot with Thea. So Thea's got a new apartment by Malcolm Merlin's money, and Oliver's obviously upset about that because he says it's blood money. But yeah, we get that, and overall, I think that the episode was really Felicity centric, and I like that because we got to see her be really like a strong character almost, because she's really the person that saves them at the end. I mean, Oliver does show up and, sort of stop Brother Eye to a degree, but it's Felicity that actually takes Brother Eye out, who is revealed to be her old boyfriend, and he's basically got out of prison, he faked his death, and he's come back for revenge on Starling City. And, yeah, um, just overall my thoughts on the end of the show. Let me talk about the twist ending too. So this episode had a pretty interesting twist ending. Basically, this is a huge spoiler for anyone not keeping up with the series. So in the premiere of the season, Sarah dies, obviously. The original Canary, she dies, and in this episode, at the very, very end, they kept her for like the last minute, so people would just be like, "What?" At the at the end of the episode, they'd just be like, "Oh my God, what?" So basically, we see the night that she died. We see it. It's like a blurry flashback type of thing, and she says, "What are you doing here?" and the camera turns, and it's Roy. It's Roy standing there in his red hoodie, and he's the one that throws the arrows at her and kills her, which a lot of people have speculated that either A, he really did kill her, but he didn't know it because it was a side effect of the Mirakuru, or B, he's hallucinating as a result of the Mirakuru, and that he didn't really kill her, it's just him, thinking about her dying and then formulating this in his brain, the hallucinations and all that kind of thing. But yeah, I've seen the promo for next week, and they're gonna delve into this deeper. So I guess we'll have to wait and see until then. But overall, what I think of the episode, I'd give it a solid 8. It wasn't amazing, it wasn't perfect, but it was really good. It's definitely an entertaining addition, and as most of the Arrow episodes have been. So yeah. Sound off in the comments down below. What did you guys think of this episode? Did you think that the twist ending was true, or was it just a hallucination? And yeah, what are your expectations for the rest of the series? Do you think that Malcolm is playing Thea? Do you think that he's gonna use her or manipulate her to do something because he's giving her all this money now? Where do you think Felicity is gonna go in the season? Do you think that Laurel will be the Black Canary, or will she just be some other character, or maybe not even a character at all? Let me know what you guys thought of this episode down below, and I guess I'll see you guys next week with a new review for Arrow.